Crossing as a series has been around for a long time, and over the years the series has had its fair share of wackiness. From the aliens that watch you at night in-game, to real-life controversies that I've covered in the past, and even conspiracy theories from fans, the game has a long history of dark and mysterious goings-on behind the wholesomeness. So I decided to surf the internet for some of the weirdest facts about Animal Crossing that you may or may not have heard before. But how did I surf, you ask? Well, obviously using Surfshark VPN, of course, who have very kindly sponsored this video. So what is a VPN? A VPN is the safest way to go online. It encrypts all of your data, whether you're using your computer, phone, tablet, whatever other device you can install it on. You could even try your smart fridge. Surfshark VPN masks your IP address so that your city, country, and even your download history can't be traced back to you. This protects you from anyone, including companies and hackers, who may want to steal your personal information, especially when you're using public Wi-Fi. But the best part about Surfshark VPN is that you can virtually travel to a new location anywhere in the world at a simple click of a button. This means that you can see all of the content you've been missing on your favourite streaming services like Amazon Prime Video and Netflix, because maybe your country hasn't got what you want on their listings, or they're behind a paywall. The even better part, you can use one account across all of your devices, and that's unlimited.
Devices.
And to really top it all off, it really does just get better, doesn't it? Surfshark is offering you a great deal if you visit the link in the description and use the code Cresselia for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's really nothing to lose if you try it out. Once again, that's Cresselia for 83% off and 3 extra months for free when clicking the link in the description down below. Thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Let's start off with one that you've probably heard of but maybe haven't thought too much into, and oh boy, I did the thinking for you. Gyroids are based off of Japanese Haniwa statues. In the Japanese version, they are even called Haniwa. Haniwa statues are clay figurines that were thought to be used in funeral rituals in Japan and were possibly made to trap the soul of the deceased. They started appearing on top of imperial grave mounds, which are large mounds of soil that gets put over the top of graves. This also kind of explains the reason they appear after the rain, because when the soil gets washed away, these graves become visible. Maybe all their dancing and noises are actually the souls inside trying to communicate with us. I hope whatever they're saying is friendly. But this does make Coco a lot creepier. Is there anything behind those eyes? Although we all like to think of Animal Crossing as a nice wholesome game where everything is happy and everyone just has a great time catching bugs and fish and paying off their never-ending debt. Wait, that's not a great time. The point is, the aesthetic of this game is cute. So what's with all the dreary and dark lore behind some of the fan favourite characters? I've made some videos already on the lore of characters like Tom Nook and the Able Sisters if you want to get the full details, but I warn you, their stories are sad. The lore seemed to stop being delved into when New Leaf released, but you can still get certain dialogue from characters that tells you their story. Is it to add more realism? Is it to give them more three-dimensional personalities? I have no idea. But it is interesting that so much thought was put into this at one point, and I wouldn't say no to a little bit more information on the goings on in these characters' lives. Hint hint, Nintendo. So here's one for you that is truly bizarre. Osama bin Laden may have played Animal Crossing Wild World whilst he was in hiding. If you don't know who that is, Google is your friend, and I'm going to refer to him as Obble from here on out so that I don't upset the YouTube overlords. You heard me correctly though. The CIA uploaded all of the files from his hard drive, and among them was a save file for Animal Crossing Wild World. Obble had files for other games as well, like Pokemon Diamond and New Super Mario Bros. All ROMs, of course. He even had a bunch of anime. Now I really went all out with trying to find a way to get this Animal Crossing save file to work, or to see if anyone else had, but it's just an invalid and incomplete file that they've uploaded. I guess we'll never know what villages Obble had. I like to believe he had a bunch of peppy villagers though. They were going to eat Franklin in the earlier Animal Crossing games. That's right, our poor little turkey friend was going to be gobbled up. How can this be, you ask? Starting in the international versions of the original Animal Crossing on GameCube, Franklin could be found hiding behind trees and houses during the Harvest Festival. He'll tell you all about how Mayor Tortimer had invited him to be the special guest for the day, and he was so happy he came, but actually they were fully planning to eat him. Franklin will even mention that the table only has side dishes and one big empty platter. So if you ever wondered if the animals in Animal Crossing continue some of their omnivorous or carnivorous ways to the point they'd eat each other, other? Apparently yes. And tortoises are omnivores, in case you didn't realise, and can in fact eat turkey. Poor Franklin. No wonder he's so much more relaxed in New Leaf and New Horizons, because he's the chef, and that pesky Tortimer is nowhere to be found on his special day. We all know the early 2000s were kind of wild, but you may not have expected the original Animal Crossing trailers to be a part of that. In North America, the advertising campaign for the original Animal Crossing on GameCube used live-action commercials where people wore life-size villager suits. It's both creepy and hilarious looking back on them. And because reality TV was becoming super popular at this time, they decided the trailers should also go this route.
A sheep moved into the village today.
Sweet.
Why am I always the one organizing the treasure hunt? Maybe I'd like to sit around blasting techno music all day.
Nobody wants to trade insects with me, no matter how many notes I leave them.
Why am I always the one cleaning the house and picking the peaches? Where's my big fat hammock time?
So tense.
But they obviously worked, because here we are 20 years later still playing this lovable series. So there are 5 weird facts about Animal Crossing that hopefully you enjoyed learning about. If you liked this video, give it a like, comment down below any weird facts you might have about the games, I'd love to read them. Subscribe to see more from me, follow my Twitter and Instagram to see what else I get up to, and as a reminder, make sure to check out the link in the description down below for 83% off and 3 extra months for free of Surfshark VPN when using the code Cresselia. And I'll see you next time. Bye!